Hello, are you feeling worn out after a week filled with market turmoil? Don't worry, we have something that will surely help you regain balance and not be left behind by other investors. We've prepared a summary of the most important information from the entire week for you. With this, you'll quickly catch up on market backlogs and gain key information that will allow you to make thoughtful decisions. Today, we'll cover, among others, the latest news, the Avial Airdrop, and Scroll's WEB3 Gaming. We'll discuss what awaits us after the halving and much more. Additionally, at the end, we have a market overview. Make sure to watch the whole episode from start to finish and definitely let us know in the comments what you think about the discussed topics. Let's start. The Avail network recently announced an unexpected action in the form of an airdrop for EVM network users who actively participated in activities on the Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon ZK EVM, and ZK Sync blockchains. The activities mainly included natural activity on these networks, staking on the Polygon network, participating in governance voting, and other activities not further described by the project. Individuals active on Starknet also received a token allocation. To receive your airdrop, you need an Avail wallet, which you connect to the platform in the designated place or another wallet supporting the Polkadot network. The whole process is highly intuitive and simple to handle. So far, the price of Avail's token in the pre-market fluctuates around 30 to 40 cents per piece. Share how many unexpected dollars have landed in your wallets.
The gaming sector is developing at a dizzying speed, fascinating us with new games, modern graphics, and engaging campaigns. In the previous bull run, this trend really heated up the market. Projects were making thousands of % in profit from the time they released their token. The crypto world went crazy at this point. Projects mainly sold their vision to people without having a finished product, and everything was based on promises. Despite this, investors still gave them their money, counting on huge earnings. Many succeeded. Look at games like Illuvium or Sandbox, where in the case of the latter project, we are currently observing a price drop from ATH by 94%. Still, leaving a level of 1,500% from all-time low. In this bull run, game producers massively rushed into the Web3 market, wanting to draw capital from passionate gaming enthusiasts. Unfortunately, thanks to such an increased number of emerging projects entering the crypto sector with their idea, the capital is starting to dilute, and the valuations of crypto games are no longer as attractive as they used to be. The gaming trend is still with us, but we are beginning to notice less spectacular valuations of token values in every gaming product. This does not mean that you can't make money on them. One of the examples we can discuss here is the game Chronoforge, which is currently in the beta testing phase. It is a multiplayer RPG game compared in mechanics to Diablo or Hades. It operates based on the Unreal Engine 5, so technologically it's quite refined. The gameplay is mainly based on team cooperation, so it won't be another pay-to-win game. Funds such as 369 Capital, Xborg, Swissborg, or Zephyrus Capital have invested in it. Information also emerged that both for owning their NFTs and participating in tests and climbing to the top in the leaderboard, you will be able to receive a token drop as a reward for engagement in the project. The game will also be available on the Epic Game Store.
During one of the galas at the recent Token 2049 event in Dubai, the TON project, which is based on Telegram, attracted many listeners with its presentation. Pavel Durov, the CEO of Telegram, announced on stage the collaboration with Tether and the adoption of their stablecoin USDT into the TON ecosystem. This is a significant step for the network as it allows investors to comfortably exit their investments into a stable dollar. In his speech, Durov also addressed the adoption of Telegram in the tokenization process of the project. He presented his vision of a low-cost ecosystem reaching millions worldwide with minimal fees and an embedded decentralization process. Considering the rapidly rising network fees and the high entry threshold for people outside the industry into the crypto world, Telegram's technology could play a crucial role in the adoption process of this sector. As we know, this is inevitable, so let's support and choose projects that will add value to this market. Recently, on our Twitter, we discussed the Zkasino project and the changes its creators made to the ecosystem during the launch of the main net. The situation received a negative reception among those who participated in the airdrop campaign. They were instructed to send their ETH to the Zkasino network. Those who did were supposed to receive their Ether on a one-to-one basis on the day the network launched. Unfortunately, the project creators changed the rules. The transferred tokens were converted to Zkas tokens, the native token of the Zkasino network, and subjected to vesting. Not only did the funds not return in the same currency, but the time for their recovery is also subject to a 15-month vesting period. The community accuses the project creators of appropriating $30 million. Let's consider for a moment what benefits the project might gain from such a move. Mainly, it slows the capital exit from the project. Such a lengthy vesting will freeze the capital of investors who transferred their funds there. Unfortunately, the flip side looks a bit worse. The entire crypto world began to boycott the project, from the average investor to the venture capitals that had stakes there. By doing so, they could have caused much more damage to the project than gains, acting to the detriment of their community.
On Monday, April 22nd, the post-Halving Monday, a euphoric sentiment could be observed in the financial markets regarding the current situation in the crypto market. That day, after the opening of global sessions, Bitcoin rose about 3.5%, bouncing off the lower line of its current channel. This means that the Bitcoin halving was positively received by the world. Funds began to flow back in and interest started to grow. But is this just a temporary move due to the event? In our opinion, no. As we can observe from the illustration, BTC is still moving within its range, firmly holding the specified range. This indicates that we are seeing a huge accumulation of energy, which will soon be usable, causing a larger move. According to technical analysis, we expect a Bitcoin surge and a continuation of the rally, reaching around $80,000, surpassing the previous ATH. Will it happen? Everything indicates that it still requires some time.
New ways to verify our identity. Data Ownership Protocol, or KYC, on the blockchain, without sharing our data with third parties. The adoption in the crypto world has necessitated the KYC procedure, i.e., identity verification, which is not welcomed by cryptocurrency users. Sharing sensitive data with third parties in exchange for using their platform often ended in data leaks or being sold to further companies for the purpose of building a client database and gathering information about them. The discussed technology offers great possibilities, which once again can be used to our advantage. How about verifying your identity through the blockchain? This is precisely what the Data Ownership Protocol project has tackled. Thanks to the use of zero-knowledge proof technology, our data is stored on the blockchain and verified anonymously without being shown to a third party. The program checks the correctness of the data and conveys information on whether they are reliable. Such solutions make sense and introduce security for our sensitive data into the blockchain sector. An exchange or project that will require our verification will receive feedback on the accuracy of the data directly from the blockchain without receiving direct information like home address or personal ID number. The Base ecosystem is one of the fastest growing blockchains of today. It's no surprise given the backing of Coinbase and their financial capabilities, contributing to the increasingly dynamic expansion of their ecosystem, as nearly every major layer 2 strives for decentralization. This implies the introduction of a token that will facilitate its development. We observed a similar pattern with Arbitrum, Optimism, and Starknet. Therefore, we are convinced that Base will announce the launch of its token during this bull run. Today's activities on the network could lead to receiving an airdrop, as was the case with its competitors. Rumors suggest it might be one of the best airdrops distributed to users so far. How can we prepare for this? First and foremost, visit our profile on X, where we publish the Base airdrop guide, describing step-by-step the actions that could bring you closer to obtaining an airdrop. Everything is presented and described in a way that everyone can understand the actions and strategy we choose. As the Satoshi sisters say, being early is the key. Thus, we invite you to our channel where we publish daily airdrop guides, project descriptions, and fresh market insights.
The Scroll project, which we recently discussed on our X, has officially announced a campaign which, as we all speculate, might end with an airdrop for the participating community. This has caused significant dissatisfaction among the community, as lengthy campaigns usually ended with user identity verification. Such campaigns were employed by linear or super oracles, where for months we had to perform various tasks to earn points. This strategy disqualified multi-wallets and farmers who massively created new accounts and performed the minimum number of transactions that could lead to receiving a reward. Once, the community opposed Scroll's introduction of proof of humanity, which was based on verifying user wallets on various levels, from checking the credibility of their identity to activities on other networks. Why Scroll decided on such a move is speculative, whether it's about the number of wallets increasing at an alarming rate or regulatory issues. In any case, nothing is yet decided. For now, the project has announced that this is phase 0. It involves bridging funds through the official native Scroll bridge from the Ethereum network. Bad news also comes from the project administrators, who confirm that the points we collect for tasks in the campaign will require holding ETH on their network, not just as previously stated, performing the bridge alone. They confirm that the more ETH we hold in the wallet, the more points we will receive. This is another blow to farmers, as it may eliminate multi-wallets. Whether we hold 10 ETH in one wallet or 1 Ether in 10 wallets, the number of points we receive may be the same. Let's hope that the situation clarifies soon, and we can engage with the network with a smile on our face.
Very low gas prices on Ethereum has all the interest shifted to Bitcoin. Recently, we've noticed a significant drop in transaction fees on Ethereum and second-layer networks. What could be causing this? First, the current market sentiment must be considered. Interest in cryptocurrencies is considerably lower now compared to last month. Far fewer users are looking for new investments, and trading activity has significantly decreased. Second, there is an increased interest in Bitcoin and new solutions emerging on its network, such as BRC20 and Runes, which led the way during the halving. Third, the post-halving period, which, looking at its cyclicality, is a time of accumulation. In the 3 previous cycles, this period was a time of building energy for a burst, accompanied by a sideways trend. Then, we could observe increased activity, which after a few months transformed into an unstoppable greed rally. Ethereum is here to stay for a long time. Their development plans are very ambitious, and financial support ensures the mass adoption of crypto globally. Currently, it's an excellent time to perform tasks for potential airdrops, which in the future may turn out to be the best investment you have ever made. Get to work. Let's now turn to the market update. Currently, the price of Bitcoin is oscillating around $66,000 and continues to move within a sideways trend channel. To continue the rally towards $80,000, BTC needs to overcome the nearest resistance formed at $67,400 and then break through the $72,000 barrier. This level also marks the start of short liquidations. As you can see on the chart provided, this is why we are moving sideways, as the market has not yet decided which direction to go. The strength of both longs and shorts is not significant enough to break through the critical support levels for both. It has been observed that since the beginning of March, we have been bouncing between set levels, accumulating energy for the next moves. Remember, we are still in an uptrend, and forcing plays against the trend has never been beneficial in the long term. The next element we will discuss is Bitcoin's dominance, which has recently dropped to 52%. This is not unusual. In a sideways trend, capital usually moves to other projects seeking new opportunities. That is what has happened now. As a result, altcoins have breathed a sigh of relief and stopped bleeding. Some high-cap projects are doing quite well, but this is not quite an alt season. All of this is caused by the lack of new capital flowing into the market. Funds circulate from project to project, but in this case, one always has to lose for the next to gain. Currently, about 93% of Bitcoins are in circulation. A large part of them is held by long-term investors. This indicates an increasing trend and interest in this asset. Observing the indicator of cryptocurrency exchange reserves, which is currently at 9 1600% of the total supply, we notice a decrease in the amounts accumulated by them. This indicator tells us that investors are more inclined to buy than sell. If this trend continues to develop, the amount of BTC on exchanges will keep decreasing, and more wallets will accumulate this asset long term, which can only mean one thing. The value of Bitcoin will grow over time, and if global policy towards it does not change, we will soon be able to observe its astronomical valuations. Despite the moderate sentiment, we have a relatively high fear and greed level above 70, indicating that investors are still exhibiting greed. Memes continue to lead on several significant networks, such as Ton or Base.
In the last few days, there has been a noticeable increase in bridged funds to significant second-layer networks such as Linnea, zkSync, Scroll, and Base. This is due to ongoing campaigns and speculations about upcoming airdrops from these projects. Despite the dramas we continually see in the crypto market, most users still participate in these, playing their game, which ultimately could bring profits from the rewards for their participation. The amount of bridged funds is increasing, which naturally affects the growing total value locked on these networks. The question is whether we will continue to see user interest after the airdrop campaigns end. Time will tell.
Finally, let's take a look at Ethereum, which has recently lost some investor interest due to new developments in the Bitcoin market. Currently, we are hovering around $3,200 per unit. Looking at the statistics from the last month, there has been a slight decline in market cap compared to March levels. However, since the beginning of the year, we still see its growth. The temporary correction was related to the shift in focus to new solutions based on BTC. Innovations like runes or ordinals have attracted investors with their new solutions. There is still a lot of capital in the game to be captured. The chart presented shows the level of ETH liquidations, which, similar to Bitcoin, has defined a specific channel in which Ethereum is now moving. If we overcome the resistance at $3,300, the next stop could be $3,700, where we will certainly observe a price retest. This is a time when Ether is gathering energy for another surge, which could lead to the arrival of another alt season. We've also felt a decrease in fees on the Ethereum network, which was very good news for those operating under various airdrops on EVM networks. Compared to recent months, transaction prices have dropped from double-digit and even triple-digit dollars to single-digit amounts. That's all for this week. Thank you for your attention. We strive to select materials that are clear and understandable for everyone. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and if you have any suggestions for topics, leave a comment. We would love to hear what you think about BTC, runes, and airdrops. What do you think awaits us next? We encourage you to visit our Twitter, where a lot has been happening recently and where we regularly provide fresh information. You can find the link in the description below. Thank you once again and see you next week. We have something special planned, so stay with us.